So Mackenzie, this is fantastic. I really love the way you wrote that one motif down, or that one word, and that you have page numbers, you have all this body of evidence. You've collected it, you are set. It's almost like you're writing an essay for the world now. But the thing is, excuse me, and, see what happens? Oh my gosh. And one tip that I have for you is that before you lose your thinking on all the evidence, I want you to force it into what we would call a longer theme statement, a bigger idea, all right? And one way to do it is, let me just show you, is to kind of use these prompts to now grow the idea, all right? I tend to think about, I know you probably remember this, we've used this before in our first unit. It was the ladder of abstraction, where you have all these details at the bottom of your ladder, and then moving up the ladder you get these big themes in the air, in the abstract. And the thing is, you need both. You need absolutely both. You can't just live in the details. You can't just live in the abstract way up here. So you want to synthesize it in some way. So one way you could try to do that is to use some of these prompts and try to take the word strange, like go to almost like a new page and try to think about, well, what is the author saying about strange? What does the author want me to think about strange? Or like, so what? So what? So I can give you that, but I think what I'm going to give you right here is so what, right? As like a little keepsake and these prompts. And out of all this information, why don't you just verbally try to say to me a little more about strange? Go ahead. Try it with these prompts.
So this matters because is one that's sticking out to me for the prompts, because I don't know why strange matters. Like, we're always taught that it's okay to be different, and so is that what the author is trying to teach us? Or is it something bigger? So does it even matter that she has all these weird tendencies and all these other characters have kind of like weird tendencies?
Mm-hmm. Go to the detail right there. You're ready. Remember, you've got abstract and detail. So maybe, for example.
Yeah, so for example, maybe the fact that she is OCD about eating ice cream does not matter. So maybe I could just get rid of that, like if it's too much. And maybe something that does matter is the fact that on page 30, Willow actually used the word strange to describe her parents, and maybe that's a piece that matters more than that other piece.
Oh, okay, so you're weighing what you want to maybe talk more about.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this one starts on a new page. Maybe that's what you want to speak more about, that part with the ice cream, right? Where she's talking about her parents, because her parents, I gather, are a big deal.
Yes, they are.
Okay, so cut. All right. So right there, it was the complement, and right, something I could try to teach you is to synthesize, right, to put it all together, or to use the abstract and the details together, and to write a little bit longer about it, or think a little longer about it. Why don't you try that a little bit? What I didn't do is model it. And the thing is, I could have brought carrots in and said, you know what, this idea here about the carrots, you know, that he was holding them in his hand, or fear. I could have taken that word fear and I could have tried it out and sampled it in front of her, okay? So right now, what could you teach your student? What could you teach? Teachers, take a moment. Students, you might even help them a little bit for a minute, like, oh, it might be this. And then try to give it in the form of a teaching point. Like, so compliment, you're doing this really well, and this is something you could try, all right? And then maybe even model it, give a little quick example, all right? Give it a try, go ahead.